gym. Every punch thrown a battle from within. They see the glory, don't know the grind. Leave the weakness, leave it all behind. Let's go! Again! Harder!
Some men are feared because of what they do. Others because of what people believe they are. Sonny Liston was both, born Charles L. Liston in Sand Slough, Arkansas, on May 8, 1932. His exact birth date remains unknown because the state did not mandate birth certificates at the time. Some records suggest he was born as early as 1919 or 1930. Liston was the 24th of 25 children born to Tobe Liston, and the 12th child of Tobe's second wife, Helen Baskin. Into poverty so deep, it didn't leave room for dreams. Raised under a strict and often violent father, Liston often said, "The only thing my old man ever gave me was a beating." The whippings he received from his father were so severe, they left visible scars on his back for the rest of his life. There was no softness in his world, no safety, no childhood as most would know it. Just work, pain, and survival. In 1946, his mother moved to St. Louis for factory work. Liston eventually followed her by selling pecans to fund his travel. That survival instinct had already shaped him. Trouble found him early, and eventually, in 1950, it led him to prison. Liston was sentenced to 5 years in the Missouri State Penitentiary for armed robbery. But inside those walls, he was introduced to boxing by the prison chaplain, who was struck by Liston's perfect specimen physique and massive 15-inch fists. For the first time in his life, he had structure and discipline. And when Sonny Liston threw a punch, it wasn't just power. It was everything he had been through. Released in a single moment. When he was released from prison, he carried that power with him, and the boxing world noticed. Knockout after knockout, fighter after fighter. But as his reputation grew, so did something else. Fear, not just of his fists, but of his presence, his past, his silence, and the whispers surrounding him in an era where boxing was closely tied to powerful figures. Rumors followed Liston everywhere he went. Connections, control, stories that blurred the line between truth and perception. Regardless of if they were real or not, they shaped how the world saw him. But behind the image was a man few understood. Outside the ring, Sonny Liston was quiet, reserved and gentle. People close to him described him as a different man, one who smiled easily, who helped others, a man who, more than anything, just wanted acceptance. On September 25th, 1962 in Chicago, Sonny fought Floyd Patterson for the heavyweight championship of the world. The result was devastating. Liston didn't just win. He destroyed Patterson in a first-round knockout. And then again, in the rematch on July 22nd, 1963. Another first-round finish. Sonny Liston was now heavyweight champion. But even at the top, the love never came. The cheers were quiet. The doubt was loud. Because the world didn't see a champion. They saw a threat. Then came February 25th, 1964, Miami Beach. A young challenger named Muhammad Ali stepped forward. Fast, confident, unafraid. And when the fight ended, the world was stunned. Liston didn't come out for the 7th round. He was defeated. Then came the rematch. May 25th, 1965. A single punch, the phantom punch. And just like that, he lost again. And the questions began. Was it fixed? Was something happening behind the scenes? No one ever proved anything. But the doubts never disappeared. As the years passed, the fight slowed. The spotlight faded, and the man once feared by all became more isolated. Upon returning to their Las Vegas home on January 5th, 1971, Liston's wife Geraldine found the front door unlocked, the house dark, and a foul odor in the air. She found Liston dead in their bed. She reported seeing dried blood on his chest and a vodka bottle on the nightstand. The official cause was listed as heart failure. but reports also revealed heroin in his system. Liston's death remains one of boxing's greatest mysteries, heavily shrouded in suspicion due to the specific timing of his wife being out of town, his known fear of needles, and his deep-seated connections to the mob. To this day, no one knows for certain, and maybe that's fitting, because Sonny Liston's life was never simple, never clear, never fully understood. But beyond the rumors and fear was a man shaped by hardship, a man judged by his past, a man who carried an image he never fully escaped, and maybe a man who just wanted to be accepted for who he really was, not a monster, not a villain, but human. Because in the end, the most dangerous thing about Sonny Liston wasn't just his power. It was the story people chose to believe. Some fighters are loved, some are feared, and some misunderstood. Sonny Liston was all three. Every legend has a story, and every king leaves a legacy. This is Ring King Chronicles. Who should enter the ring next? Let me know in the comments. Subscribe for more.
Champion forever.